Welcome back. We continue here now. The Quava vocal group, under the tutelage of Sabelo Mthembu, has soared to unprecedented heights, securing a historic victory at the prestigious 11th per Musicam ad Astra International Copernicus Choir Festival and Competition. This event, held in the historic and astronomically significant city of Toruń in Poland from September 17th to the 21st, served as the stage for the ensemble's crowning achievement, firmly establishing them among the elite choirs in the world. Now, to reflect on this achievement, I'm joined in studio by choir members Kagiso, Zwane, as well as Hlumelo, Marepula. Kagiso, I'll start with you, man. Let's start with this moment of victory, and thank you both for joining us in studio. What was it like when Quava was announced as the Grand Prix winner here?
Well, thank you for having us. I think that was an extraordinarily exciting moment, really quite thrilling. To win a competition takes months of hard work. And for us, it was about almost 2 years of hard work, regular rehearsals, our regular Monday rehearsals, additional weekend rehearsals as well. So you can imagine an immense sacrifice for us, on family time, work time, huge financial commitment as well. So when you get to that point and you reach the goal of winning and doing it as decisively, I'd say, as we did, claiming all of the categories we competed in, as well as the Grand Prix, and the judges even acknowledging the standard of our music by giving us a special prize for musicianship of a high international caliber. That was an incredibly thrilling and fulfilling moment, and a culmination of lots of hard work.
Hlumelo, Kagiso was quite right. I mean, this was a big win, especially on the world stage. Let's speak to the preparation element of this. So you took part in a number of categories and also won big in these. Tell us a bit more about that.
Yes, so we competed in 3 categories: the sacred music category, jazz, which we specialize in, as well as a mixed choirs category, which is a mixture of very complicated music. And in terms of the preparation leading up to that, I would say Quava has had quite a difficult preparation, because we also had our choir conductor fortunately receive a scholarship to go to do his master's in choral conducting. So we were left for a little bit of a year kind of to our own devices, but we were really prepared. It took us 2 years, as Kagiso mentioned, for us to get to that point. We had all the music prepared. We had done enough rehearsals, and we also had an interim conductor come and join us during that period to, strengthen us. But I always say, Quava Vocal Group, we already have that in us. We already knew that we were going there to win. So everything in between led us to that moment and our victory.
Kagiso, I'm assuming that along with the tears of joy, there are also a bit of tears of sadness, as we also saw the farewell of your inductor, that is Sabelo Mthembu. Let's speak to this, a bittersweet moment here.
Definitely a bittersweet moment. Sabelo established the choir 16 years ago. It was a group of 8 people, and they were former UJ students who sang in that choir and simply just wanted to sing. And over the last 16 years, it's grown into what we now see as this international choral force that it is. So his legacy is extraordinary, and I think it's a testament to his hard work and his dedication to the choir, to music in general, that we have achieved what we have achieved. But we are incredibly proud of him for winning a Fulbright scholarship to study in the United States. He's pursuing a master's in choral conducting there at the University of Missouri. And he will be back in the country, and we are very much excited to see what he does with that, with his new skills and knowledge.
Hlumelo, we've seen South African artists being celebrated the world over just because of what they bring. Maybe let's speak to this element. Why does South African music resonate so much, especially with the global audiences?
There is just something about African traditional music in particular that really resonates with the international, even though they can't understand it, but you can just see from the audience reactions just how much it resonates with them. I'll maybe speak on a moment where we had a, a friendly concert, and we were singing our sort of traditional music there, and we had people that are South Africans that are in Poland currently who came to watch us, and the tears in their eyes and just that moment of feeling like, a part of home has come to visit them. But more than that, the other audiences from Norway, from all these other countries, the judges themselves said, you know, we have so many really brilliant choirs that come to this competition and they are technically brilliant, but you match the technical brilliance with the heart and you move us with your music. So I think Quava is brilliant in that aspect.
So the name Quava, tell us a bit more about that. We did joke a bit earlier on for our interview that it sounds a bit more like Quavo.
So Quava, in music, Quava, Quaver. It's a time measure. It's a note. It's a length of a note, and it's a quarter, or it's an eighth of a note.
Right,
so it's known as an eighth. 1/8 is the Quava, and because the group started with 8 members, they selected the name Quava to symbolize the 8.
Right.
Of course, now there are 60-something members, and I don't think there's a note that's for 60-something beats.
I asked that deliberately because one would assume that choral music is often regarded as an under-the-radar type of music genre. For young people, especially looking to get into choral music, what's your word to them?
You know, choral music, I think, has been one of the most fulfilling activities that I've done in my life. I started very young, so I've got a bit of a choral resume. But throughout my childhood and now in my adulthood, through choral music, I've made extraordinary friends. As you now can see, we've traveled around the world. It's really an activity that can open up paths for you to explore things that you may not typically get the chance to do. It is very demanding, but demanding in the best possible way.
Yeah.
I think there's something really special about taking your talent and seeing how far you can push it. I mean, none of us are professional singers, and I think that's another benefit of choral music, is that you don't have to be a professional to do it. You just need to be dedicated, willing to show up. And if you do that and put in the hours, and with the right group around you and the right leadership, as we've had in Sabelo, I think the sky really is the limit, especially even if you're doing it as a hobby.
But Hlumelo, with such a big group, one thinks this must be a logistical nightmare, getting to you guys around the world.
Yeah.
And speaking to the cost factor of it, how expensive is it, especially for you guys traveling around the world like you've been doing?
It's extremely expensive.
And how do you raise funds?
Yeah, taking 44 people across the world in this economy is a logistical nightmare, as you say. We did a lot of fundraising in terms of concerts, in terms of, we had first of its kind event called One Day Choir, where we invited regular members of the public to come and experience what it's like to be a chorister for a day. So we raise funds in that way. But a majority of the funds are our own individual financial burden, which as a, what do you call it, self-funded choir is very challenging. Quava is run from the passion of its members, but also the financial sacrifices of its members. So yeah, we really did struggle trying to get financial assistance from corporates. And as you know, in our country, the arts is not really a big supported factor in the country. So we got there ourselves and we won it ourselves. And by the grace of God, we brought home the prize.
Okay, so before I let you go, maybe tell us what's next for Quava.
So right now, having won, we're a bit of a hiatus, taking the victory in and gathering ourselves. And our immediate priority will be to find a conductor who can fill Sabelo's shoes. And then we will do our regular sort of concert program that we do each year when we're not touring. That will begin next year. So if you just find us on social media, Quava Vocal Group, across them, you'll be able to keep up to date with what we're doing and hopefully see you at our first concerts next year under the direction of a new conductor.
Definitely, I'll be there. I can tell you that much. Kagiso and Hlumelo, thank you so much for sharing your joy and your journey with us. This achievement is a reminder of the power of music to connect, to uplift, and also represent a nation. Congratulations again to the entire Quava Vocal Group. They've been telling us, of course, about this high accolade achieved in Poland.